In this video, we'll discuss the SEC's latest motion in the Ripple SEC case, which was one of the worst files I've ever seen from the agency and suggests that they're losing focus and turning desperate. Last but not least, we have a massive pivot in the market right now. This was just released a couple minutes ago, but it is extremely bullish for growth assets and cryptocurrencies. I want to talk about a massive market event that will take place next week. It actually has to do with holding Gear Gensler accountable. As always, your support means a lot to this channel. If you haven't already, please click the like button below so we know you're watching. Also, if you haven't already, please subscribe. Doing so would greatly benefit this channel. And, as I'm striving to reach 50,000 subscribers, you should also visit the Uphold link provided in the video's description if you ever need to purchase XRP or the Flare token. And on that note, let's get down to business. I'm excited to share this material with you. To kick off this video, I'd like to discuss a new motion that was recently filed with the SEC. I find this document fascinating for a few reasons. First, the SEC comes across as desperate and angry at Judge Torres for seemingly siding with Ripple throughout this entire case. Second, the SEC makes arguments in this document that aren't in line with the original reason they brought this case. If you've been following along for the past couple of weeks, you'll recall that we discussed a couple of motions that Ripple had submitted to this case, one of which was a Supreme Court document stating that fair notice is important and should be taken seriously. Essentially, Ripple was submitting that in the event that they lose this case, they would submit that in the event that they lose this case, they would admit another document having to do with the Voyager bankruptcy. So, with that in mind, I'm going to read you a section from the SEC's filing today where they were essentially counteracting these documents submitted by Ripple, and what you'll understand here is the SEC is desperately trying to switch the narrative. I hope to be disproved. Many believe that Gary Gensler would prefer to close this matter by Wednesday at the latest. I just don't see the SEC settling this issue before summary judgment, so it looks like that's out of this theory's control. I think he's going to get grilled about digital assets now. I have a theory that the SEC filed suit against FTX so that Gary Gensler could avoid answering questions about the company when he testified before Congress. We'll have to wait and see how that theory pans out. In any case, this will put pressure on him, so here's hoping we can get something out of it. The Federal Reserve attempted to reduce inflation by decreasing the money supply. Sadly, the tightening only made matters worse, so now there seems to be an emergency shift back to quantitative easing in an attempt to loosen the monetary system. This is excellent news for assets and just what the cryptocurrency market needs to make a comeback. Subscriber.